After playing Rocket League for the past 7 years, I've come to the realization that it's actually really hard and frustrating. And sometimes it's just not fun. But does it have to be that way? Heck no, it doesn't. Rocket League is one of the best darn games that was ever created, and I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure it stays that way. So if Rocket League ever has you feeling sad, don't worry about it. In this video, I want to share with you 4 things that I've been working on in my own Rocket League mindset and how they can take your game to the next level. It's really easy to blame our teammates for everything that's going wrong in Rocket League. You lose a game, it's the teammates. You don't score a goal, it's because your teammates don't pass. You don't score any goals, it's because your teammates can't handle your pass. Blaming the teammates is just a really convenient example of blaming something else or making excuses. This is where 100% responsibility comes in and why it's so beautiful. If you take responsibility for everything that is going on the game in Rocket League, then you always have something to work on. If you get scored on, there's something to work on. If you miss a goal, there's something to work on. When you're not focused on blaming somebody else or making an excuse, then you have the ability to look at that game, you have the ability to look at what's going on and create something that you can work on, whether that's shot accuracy, passing, your defense, off the wall shots. There's always something to work on, and when you're not focused on blaming somebody else and looking at yourself, what can I do? What can I create that's going to be better in the next game? What is something that I can spend 10 minutes working on? Then you have something to work on and you can get better at the game of Rocket League. And here's the thing, when you're not blaming teammates, you're not frustrated at anybody else. You're not angry with anybody else. They're just your teammate. They're doing the best that they can, and you're focused on everything that you're in control of, which is you. Now, are teammates going to screw up sometimes? Are they going to do something wrong? Are they going to make a bad decision? Yes, 100%. We're dealing with random people on the internet. It's completely unexplainable. We don't know what's going to happen, and that's just the way that it is. And when you take 100% responsibility for your games, then it doesn't matter what they do, because the only thing that you're focused on is being the best version of yourself that you can be in this moment, and then working on whatever it is that you screw up so that you can be better the next time that you get on the game. Very recently, I learned a lesson in my life that I feel is extremely applicable to Rocket League. I have spent a lot of time making sure that I don't make mistakes, that I don't take any risks, that I don't fall down, because I would be embarrassed about getting back up, I would be embarrassed about what people would think, I would be embarrassed about looking bad. If you're afraid to try something, then you're not learning something new. If you're scared of losing your MMR, then you won't push yourself to try new things to gain even more MMR. If you are holding on tight to stay comfortable and hold on to what you have, then you won't be able to find new things. You won't be able to stretch your wings and learn something new so that you can push yourself even higher. Don't be afraid of falling down. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, because in those mistakes is where the learning comes from. That's where the excitement is, because you pick yourself back up, you dust yourself off, and then you have something to work with. You have something to learn from. And at the end of the day, the most successful people in the world make the most mistakes. So the more comfortable you are making mistakes and maybe in the short term looking bad, then you have something to work with. Somebody might tell you you're a bad teammate. How are you in this rank? What a save, what a save, what a save. But at the end of the day, you're the one that's making the mistakes. You're the one that's taking the risk, and with that risk will come learning, will come growth, will come opportunity to learn and become a better version of yourself in Rocket League than you have been before, because you're not doing the same thing that you've always done. You're doing something different, you're doing something that pushes you, and that will lead you to new heights that you haven't yet been to before. You know how good it feels when you have that one teammate after you make a mistake and they're like, "It's okay, man, we'll get the next one," or "We still got this. Like, this game is still ours. We're okay. Don't worry about it. No problem." Those teammates are great, right? Usually when I have a teammate like that, I'm more motivated to perform well than if somebody is just berating me in the team chat or in the all chat. What I'm trying to say is practice kindness. Practice being nice to your teammates on a regular basis. Be encouraging, be uplifting, be a positive light for people, because that is what lifts people up. 2 people working together, 2 people feeling good is a lot better than one being really poopy to their teammate and one feeling really bad because their teammate is being poopy to them. And here's another crazy idea. Try being nice to yourself. If you make a mistake in a game, it's okay. People make mistakes. We're not Squishy or Justin or any professional player out there trying to make a living at this game. Sure, some of you out there might be trying to become a professional, but beating yourself up and being really mean to yourself isn't going to get you there any faster. Mistakes are part of it. Learn from it and keep going. So just be nice to yourself, be nice to your teammates, because you can either be beating yourself down to a pulp, you can be bringing your teammates down because you don't feel good about yourself, or you can be lifting yourself up, complimenting yourself, knowing that you're working, knowing that you're moving yourself forward, and be okay with making mistakes and just picking yourself up and encouraging yourself. And you can do that to your teammates. Why pull everybody down when we can lift everybody up and just make everybody feel good and happy and have fun playing Rocket League? Doesn't that just sound so much nicer? One day I was sitting down to play Rocket League, and I have had some rough days in the past couple of months about how I felt about the game. Even as I was picking up my controller before I started the game, I was already frustrated because I thought to myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here, I'm going to try and play a couple games, I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to be upset. The only way that I have fun is if I won a game. The majority of players only have a win rate of about 50%, maybe a little bit higher than 50%. So if I'm only happy when I'm winning games, then I'm only happy, I'm only enjoying Rocket League 50% of the time. When I had that realization, it opened up my eyes to what I was looking at as fun, what I was looking at as success in the game of Rocket League. If I'm focused on training, if I'm focused on improving or getting better at mechanics, and even when I see that little incremental improvement, or I know that I'm accomplishing a goal like spending some time training one specific thing every day, that's a success factor that I am in control of, that I can feel good about, that has nothing to do with winning or losing games. If you are basing your success off of getting in and spending really good time training and having a goal of what you want to improve on, and you're doing that every day, and that's your basis for success, the game looks a lot different. And it also adds that level of competitiveness that you're looking for in the game of Rocket League. I want to get on and I want to get a little bit better at double taps. And if you're spending that time, if you're marking off that habit, if you're doing the good that you want to see, then you might win some games, you might lose some games. Right now, it's not about winning and losing, it's about those other markers for success that you've created for yourself.